Electricity restored to 2 stores who were isolated from Grand Bahama Power Company's electrical grid. A serious look taken at the way Bahamian homes are being built. And today it's all about locking your socks.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Parkinson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, there are some new developments tonight in the ongoing saga between the Grand Bahama Power Company and the Cooper family, who are owners of the major fast food franchises in Freeport. ZNS News has learned that the power supply was restored to Burger King on the Ranfully Circle as well as Pollo Tropical on Wednesday evening. However, Burger King's store on East Mall Drive is into day 3 of its temporary shutdown. 40 persons are employed with this location, and it is unclear when power will be restored. Other franchises operated by the Coopers, like KFC on Piners Way, downtown Burger King, and the locations near Queens Highway, also remain without electricity. The power interruption starting 1 week ago when Grand Bahama Power Company isolated customers suspected of electricity diversion or alleged theft from the electrical grid and formally lodged a complaint of suspected theft to the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Now, the Coopers maintaining their innocence from the outset, noting that they believe that they have been unfairly targeted, as there are possibly hundreds of other businesses and homes who also engaged in what they call an energy-saving service that was installed by a licensee of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Meanwhile, the Grand Bahama Power Company is providing a little more details on the circumstances that led to the power being cut to those major fast food chains owned by the Cooper family. The power company releasing a statement on Wednesday afternoon charging that the businesses were not benefiting from energy-saving devices at all, but instead fake boxes were used as a smokescreen for the dangerous diversion of electricity supply and to bypass GB Power's meter infrastructure. The Grand Bahama Power Company latest statement declares that businesses like the Cooper family were victims of fraud and that there were really no energy-saving devices. Through their investigations and discussions with affected customers, the power company has learned that these businesses purchased what they believed was an energy-saving device from a local company. These businesses, according to the statement, are a victim of fraud and were in fact either connected directly to GBPC's power system via a meter bypass, or the meters were tampered with to underread actual usage. The Grand Bahama Power Company also releasing photos that these so-called devices are simply boxes consisting of bogus wiring with red or green lights, some with small unconnected LCD screens, and sand-filled canisters pretending to be capacitors in some instances. Officials say these fake boxes do nothing but act as a smokescreen for the dangerous diversion of electricity supply and bypass of GB Power's meter infrastructure. The statement goes on to say that these devices, according to GBPC, are not energy-saving devices. According to the statement, all customers with these fake boxes installed throughout the island have been abstracting Grand Bahama Power's electricity supply without paying for the electricity consumed. The statement also adding that the devices shown on social media and referenced in news reports are not the devices that have been installed in businesses and homes in Grand Bahama. They say installations to divert GB Power's electricity supply and bypass metering infrastructure are extremely dangerous to business owners, homeowners, occupiers, or workers and the public at large. GBPC statement notes that presently the number of such fake devices and non-compliant installations are unknown. GBPC statement reads that they will continue to be the leading proponent for the adoption of energy savings and renewable energy on the island, and that they will continue to provide their customers with the support they need to legitimately reduce their energy costs. Now, our ZNS News team also reached out to the local police, who is tight-lipped on this case. Authorities have not confirmed if they are looking for the owners of the company who provided this energy-saving device to businesses and residents on Grand Bahama. However, police officials did tell us that they are investigating a complaint from the Grand Bahama Power Company and are questioning in regards to this issue a number of persons. Unconfirmed reports say one man was being questioned in connection with this case. Meantime, the Grand Bahama Port Authority also making a statement on the controversy. Port Authority officials advising the public that as regulators, they were notified by the power company that during the course of their recent meter audit, they discovered a number of suspected electricity diversions at several businesses within the port area. The Port Authority says they then launched an independent investigation, which is currently underway. Officials say they can confirm that all of the work performed by the licensee was unpermitted and was executed outside the scope of the license. The matter is still under investigation, and port officials say they therefore cannot comment any further on this matter. They do believe that due process will be carried out, and they hope to have the matter resolved as soon as possible for the benefit of the entire community. They say they will continue to dialogue with the power company and have scheduled a meeting with the Cooper's family as well as the Coalition of Concerned Citizens. The Port Authority advises that if the public has had any energy cost savings work done on their premises, they should contact the Building and Development Services Department to ensure that the work carried out was permitted and the installation was carried out in accordance with the building code. Switching gears now, catastrophic hurricanes can cause major damage to homes and can even result in the loss of lives, which is why the Ministry of Public Works is focused on changing the way Bahamian homes are built, and this includes improving construction practices. The ministry parting this message during a workshop here on Grand Bahama. Jamila Mizik has more.
The Ministry of Public Works, in conjunction with the Caribbean Development Bank, hosting a national contractors workshop today at the Bahamas Public Service Union Hall under the theme Partnering to Provide Hurricane-Resilient Homes Throughout the Bahamas. Giving the keynote address, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Public Works, Iram Lewis, says the workshop was designed to explore improved construction practices.
The primary objective of this workshop is to educate, train and develop artisans, small contractors and building inspectors on various techniques, industry standards, best practices and products to engender construction of houses that are resilient to withstand up to Category 5 hurricane.
Lewis acknowledged that the Bahamas is increasingly experiencing stronger hurricanes and other natural disasters, which can possibly cause the loss of lives as well as major damage to homes, especially those not built up to the building code standards. He added that it's important for workshop attendees to gain as much information as possible and implement the knowledge gained in their building projects while being more vigilant in inspection.
It is also important that you understand that this workshop training is not, and I emphasize that, it is not intended to replace our building code standard, which incidentally is one of the strongest in the Caribbean, but rather to heighten its awareness and improve areas where we have become lax.
The parliamentary secretary says the aim is to empower and equip attendees with the knowledge to remain current in the construction industry. He contends that times have changed and it's important to change with the times. In closing, he implored contractors to stay abreast of best practices. Jamila Mizik.
In other news, President and Managing Director of Operations of Oban Energies, Alex Krikides, releasing this update on negotiations with the government. He said that meetings over the past 2 days have proven to be productive, and Oban remains committed to an environmentally sound, safe, and sustainable development that will strengthen the East Grand Bahama communities, grow Grand Bahama, as well as the wider national economy. Krikides adds that Oban is confident of a positive outcome and looks forward to a strong partnership with the Bahamian people. Oban will comment further at the conclusion of the present negotiations. Meantime, lengthy negotiations between the government's legal team and Oban Energy's officials on that amended heads of agreement. The initial heads of agreement was signed last year, but after review, the HOA amendments are now being ironed out by both parties. The company is proposing a $5.5 billion oil refinery for East Grand Bahama. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after the break.